Hey guys, I'm home. So that's really great. I'm glad to not be on vacation anymore. And today we are just going to jump right into what I have to talk about, which is coming out. Coming out is something that befalls every queer person, myself included, and it can be nerve-wracking when you don't know how the person on the other end is going to take it. So I have decided to make this handy-dandy little guide to help people who are watching their loved ones come out. And coming out can be a really scary thing. So to make the experience easier for the person who is revealing their newfound identity to you, these are things you should never say to someone who is coming out. And full disclosure, I am going to use the word queer in this video. I know that it is like a reclaimed slur and not every LGBTQIA person likes to use that word to describe themselves, but I haven't heard a more succinct term that I like, basically, so just full disclosure, I am going to be using the word queer in this video. I knew it! No, you didn't. The only way to know someone is queer is if they tell you explicitly. So maybe you were assuming before, or you were stereotyping this person, but you didn't really know. And chances are this person had to work up a lot of nerve to tell you that they were queer, because even if you're close, it can be a very scary thing to say out loud. So don't downplay their experience by saying, oh, I knew that. I knew you were gay. I knew you weren't cis. Like, all they want is for you to take it with the seriousness and gravity that they're feeling. And so don't try and downplay this very big experience in their life by saying, I knew it. Because you didn't. You didn't, and that's why they had to tell you. You're too young to know that. Okay, no, that doesn't exist. Were you ever too young to realize that you were straight or cisgender? There is no minimum age for queerness. You can know that you are not straight as soon as you're old enough to have a crush on another person, and you can know that you're not gender conforming at literally any time. If you are old enough to be hormonal, and if you're old enough to have a crush, you're old enough to know. And that's that. There is no minimum age on queerness, so don't make the person that's coming out feel that their identity isn't real just because you think they're too young to know. A lot of people start puberty around ages 11 and 12, and if they're in a household or an environment where they can accept that about themselves, then 11 and 12-year-olds should be able to come out legitimately. Don't pretend that someone's identity is invalid just because you think they're too young to know, because there is no such thing as too young. That's that. What about having kids? Okay, well, there's a million ways to have kids that don't require sticking a penis in a vagina. And secondly, you shouldn't assume that you know the genitals of the person you're talking to or the genitals of all the people that they will ever date. Assuming that a queer couple is gonna have to go through hell and high water to attain a child erases non-binary and trans identities, and it's also just pretty homophobic. The person that you're talking to might not even want to have kids, which is a whole other conversation. But if you are more concerned with them having children than their emotional safety when they're trying to come out, then you really need to reevaluate your priorities. Are you joking? No, they're not. There is no one way to be queer, so there's no reason to be surprised that it's someone in your life. And probably this person had to work up a lot of nerve and had to think a lot about how to come out to you, so don't make them feel like it's so unbelievable that they're queer that it's actually a joke. I understand, I've experimented before. Okay, you should go out into the world and experiment to your heart's content. Do whatever you need to do and sleep with whoever you need to sleep with until you're comfortable with your identity and you're sure of your sexuality. But you can't compare having a few flings with someone of the same gender in college to admitting that you're up next in the discriminatory line of fire. It's an action versus an identity. And what the person that's coming out really needs is for you to admit that you don't know what they're going through, but accept and love them anyway. You don't need to try and rationalize their gayness or queerness by trying to compare it to yourself. All they want is for you to love them and be fine with it. And as long as you are, you don't need to try and make them feel like it's something that everybody has done, because it's not, and their experiences are unique. So as long as you respect that, you should be good. Alright, that was things to never say to a person who has just come out. Thank you for watching. If this helps even one person's coming out be a little easier, or anyone understand why what they said was problematic or upset someone, then my work here is done. That would be great. So like, comment, subscribe. You can subscribe right now. Click on my face. And yeah, tell everybody you know about this channel. Make it grow. That would be great. And thank you so much. Bye.